Hey guys, I just wanted to say hello. This is Coach Ro from RocioFlores.com. It is really dark in here. Dang it. I'm trying to get the lighting right, but you know when there's like too much light outside and too much light behind you? Hello. It's really hard to see. It's really hard. Really, really. Here, I've got a light right here. Nope, that's not that great. Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick live. So this weekend I broke my wrist, so not very fun. And so well, I just had a bunch of issues on Friday. Hello. I was struggling with my phone. My phone was acting up. I had to do a factory reset. I was like, thought that my phone was gonna stop working, so I was gonna have to do the whole warranty thing, and so I didn't do my videos. Well, then later in the day, I broke my wrist. Now I'm trying to decide whether to do my videos with a cast on or to try to type them with one hand because I broke my right wrist. Typing is in general is kind of hard. Hi guys. I'm gonna wave at y'all. So I just wanted to do a quick live just because I'm gonna have to put up posts this week and they may not be as lengthy as usual. Hello. Just because again typing's a little harder. So I'm gonna try to do some right now and then just put out what I can put out. I'm just gonna focus on doing my regular post this week, and then depending on how my next doctor's appointment goes, maybe if I have a cast on or whatever, I might make videos, and if I just look like crap, I'm just gonna have to do like a speech to voice text thingy to write my blog post, because that might just be easier and look overall more pleasing on my website. But I'm trying not to focus too much on that. I wanted to do a quick live and be like, okay, so sometimes things happen and it's frustrating as hell when things go wrong, especially if you didn't expect them to go wrong or things just happen in your life. Hello. And so I want to talk about, managing that frustration. I'm somebody who gets frustrated super easily. Like it's just, part of my DNA. It's what I grew up seeing. And so it's really easy for me to get overwhelmed. It's really easy for me to, oops, sorry. Just really easy for me to feel like the world's ending. And so on Friday I felt that way because I was just struggling with my phone, and sometimes technology can get you more frustrated than anything else. And then later in the day when I broke my wrist, I was like, oh, like I can't freak out now, because I just in that moment the pain took over, right? And so sometimes when pain takes over, it's not that bad of a thing because you're able to just focus on that. And I'm somebody who's always, I tend to react better in times of crisis than in times of regular stress. So like the daily stressors, little daily mini crises tend to affect me a lot more than major crises. Hello. And so because when something big's going on, you just gotta act, right? You just gotta nope, no time for wallowing, no time for thinking, just do it. Do it. And during the mini things in the day, right, there's so much time to think. Something happens and you're like, oh my God, this is stressful. Instead of acting, you're thinking about the stress, and that can become more stressful, and your body reacts in a more stressful way. Hello. And so, sometimes just feeling the pain, just feeling the blunt of how great this issue is at this moment can be a good thing, because you put into action mode versus giving yourself the time to freak out. For example, on Friday, we just ran to the hospital. It was time to go to the hospital. That's all we could think of. In that moment, I couldn't think oh, crap, what does this mean? How does this mean? And what is this going to affect? And yeah, I had worries in my head, and I was telling my husband, oh, I'm worried about the bill, and I'm worried about this, and I'm worried about that, but at the same time, the pain was stronger than my worries, which sucks. But in that moment, it kind of helped me see that, I was able to put my worries behind me, and that's good. That's a good thing, to be able to put those worries behind you and just act in spite of them. It's so hard. But I have so many questions. Okay, send me your questions in a private message. I will be able to. So tomorrow I'll be on chats. I have a lot of schedules. Okay, go ahead and just send me a message, okay? Yeah, so I'll be responding to messages tomorrow because I'll be on the computer for chats. I have scheduled chats, so it's gonna be a little bit, interesting to see how quickly I can respond. But I'm going to take more time than usual and just take my time with people and let them know that it's okay. It won't be a quick chat. And then I'll be responding to private messages on Instagram and Facebook too. So if you guys have anything to talk about, make sure you get on there, and then I'll just try to respond as quickly as possible. I might have to do voice messages, so I'm gonna have my computer and my phone on at the same time, so that way I could just do either one is quicker. Because it's actually quicker to type on my phone because I'm like this, and my phone has this really cool feature where like it makes my screen tiny, and I can reach it with my finger. My computer is a touchscreen, so it's very helpful. I could just click, 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 click to where I need to go. It's the typing that's hard, so I'll have to figure it out. But, you know, there's a lot of people who struggle with typing anyways. Like, I've known people who worked at typing jobs, and they sucked at typing. I mean, just in general, they never learned how to do, like, official typing. And they can do it, so I can do it. It's more of a thinking. Again, sometimes we just have to act. And it's really hard because we don't like it. I guess we like to know what's ahead. I'm somebody who likes to know what's ahead of me. I like to know what will happen, how I will handle it, and whether or not I can handle it. You know, that's a big, huge part of who I am and how I get through my days. Is I just want to know if I can do it. Once I know I can do it, then I'll do it. But if I'm thinking that I can't, then in my head I'm like, okay, so how do I get help? And what do I need to do? And, you know, my head then just rolls, right? And that's just actually a big thing that I've been learning as far as faith goes. I always ask God, like, okay, can you just show me that I can do it, that this is possible, that I'm in the right track? And sometimes he doesn't. And I get really frustrated because I'm like, are you kidding me? Just tell me. Like, just make it easy on me. But I've been learning lately that a huge part of faith is acting without knowing. It's acting without getting that confirmation at the moment, and just, you know, letting yourself trust that God's got you, even if without him having to like hold your hand throughout the way. You know, he's still there. He's just not like forcing you. Hi, please don't call me that. I don't like that. Yes, it is very hard sometimes to act without having knowledge of what exactly is going to come next. You may not like not being 100% fully aware of whether or not you can handle the situation. And you may not always be able to understand whether or not it's the right situation to be in. But take action anyways. Whether this is in your personal development and you're making this like huge step in how you relate to people and how you relate to your family and how you relate to coworkers. If this is a career move, like you're starting a business but it's hard and you're just really struggling, or you're trying to, you know, move up in your company, you're trying to get a promotion and you're sort of, sometimes, you know, you really don't know whether you can do it. I mean, if you're starting a new business, it's hard. There's all sorts of stuff that you won't know whether or not you know how to do them, right? If you're getting a promotion, it's a promotion. I mean, you're literally trying to do something that's harder than what you're already doing. If you're, you know, if you're trying to move up in education, if you're trying to move up in just in general, okay? So there's a lot of things. It's health. If you are trying to lose weight, you are doing things that you weren't doing before. And you might genuinely be asking yourself, am I capable of doing this? Is this something that I'm capable, able, and will I be able to continue? Will I be able to get through it? Will I struggle? All of these things are valid questions, perfectly valid questions. But you just got to do it. Just act. Just keep going. Because the struggles are going to come whether you think about them first or not, right? And I understand worries are not easy to get rid of. I've struggled with worries my whole life. Having OCD doesn't help, you know, because they're kind of stuck in there. Act anyways. So you don't have control over your feelings and you don't have control over your thoughts a lot of the time. It is possible for you to change the way you think. It is possible for you to continue on and learn methods of changing the way you think so that you can eventually change the way you feel. But you are in control of your actions. That is something that you are, for the most part, always capable of choosing whether you do this or this, right? So let your worries go. Let them continue in your head. Let yourself be annoyed and frustrated and overwhelmed by them. Take action anyways, even if it's a small action. And then see what happens. You know, you might see that you're actually freaking capable of doing so much. Or you'll find out that maybe this isn't what's best for you. Either way, that's really good information. So just keep going. Don't let the frustrations and the overwhelm and all of these feelings stop you from acting. But pay attention to them. They're there for a reason. I get frustrated by people who try to talk people out of feeling frustrated. Now, I understand that feelings of frustration can stop people from acting, and that's usually what the problem is with feeling that way, right? You're feeling so overwhelmed that you just don't act, and so a lot of people might be trying to tell you, like, well, you shouldn't feel that way or stop feeling that way. You can't. Like, you're feeling it. Like, you don't know how to stop. If you didn't want to feel that way, you wouldn't feel that way, right? Obviously, we don't like feeling bad feelings. But if they're there for a reason. And it's a really good time to just take that feeling and understand it. And it's okay to feel it. Like, if nobody's told you that it's okay to feel frustrated, to feel pain, to feel annoyed, to be overwhelmed and anxious and worrisome, and just to be struggling, it's okay. Okay, I'm telling you, it's okay. Keep going anyways. Don't let it stop you. You keep acting, even if it's as small as getting up in the morning or as big as like quitting your job and starting a business. You know, whatever it is you have to do, it's okay to feel the way you feel through it. Analyze the way you feel. Take a moment to recognize it and understand that it's there, and pay attention to when those feelings come up so that you can start to see why they're coming up and how they're affecting you and where they're stemming from and what changes you can make, and then keep going. Use that information to help you keep moving forward. Look, things are going to happen in your life, and a lot of the time the action that you want to take is scary as hell. Sorry about that, I got a call. Look, sometimes the action that you want to take is scary as hell. Sometimes you don't even get a choice. Sometimes you break your wrist on the middle of nowhere and you end up having to go to the hospital and your whole day is ruined. So what's scary? You know, you're still going to be scared whether you're taking a leap that's going to move you forward or if you're not. So go ahead and take the action that's going to get you closest to where you want to be, and then life will show you whether or not you should be there. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go because I have to call back whoever just called me. But thank you guys so much for getting on here. I'm going to leave this up, and then I'm going to download it and post it onto my YouTube. And you guys have a wonderful day, and I will respond to messages tomorrow. All right? You guys have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Be blessed.